Hello there, this is Daniele from Toolchefs, and in this video I'm going to show you the new retargeting global IK feature. So here in my scene I've just created a new agent group, and I've created some agents with an agent type that is basically built from a real illusion character. And then I'm going to apply an animation from Atoms. So these characters have been already characterized, and I'm going to select this clip here. So main stand applause, no IK. So basically this clip is going to be applied with the standard retargeting system that we have in place. And if I press play, we'll see that basically the hands, when they're clapping, they're not really touching each other, they're staying quite far apart. So to fix this issue, we have added a new feature, which is basically called the retargeting global IK. So on this clip, the one that we were just playing, basically didn't set up anything in particular to make this retargeting happening, but I have this other clip where this basically has been set up. So there's nothing here on the animation clip user data, but what you can do is like you can add curves, and basically you can add like a curve per joint, basically, and the end joint of the IK chain. So in this case, we have characterized the limbs from the clavicle to the from the shoulder to the wrist, and we know that basically the wrist joint is called both left hand and right hand. So for the two joints, and in order to apply these global IK, you have to use this naming convention. So it's the same naming convention that we used for other metadatas. But again, it's the name of the end joint of the IK chain, then at 12, which is the metadata type ID, and then and this is the metadata name that you can also find on the documentation. So it's going to be joint global IK. And as you can see here, the curves, basically the value changes in time. So when it's at 0, it means that we are using the default retargeting system, so the default way of applying the IK. But when it basically grows from 0 to 1, so when it's at 1, we actually apply this new global IK system. So for instance, if I go here, you have to also make sure that the values go between 0 and 1. And again, when it's 1, we're applying the new IK, and when it's 0, we apply the standard IK. So you see here, you don't see any difference here in the viewport, because of course this is just something that happens during the retargeting, and it's going to be at simulation time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the other upload sequence. So you see already that the endpoints for the IKs have changed, and it's because we evaluate the endpoint in a different way. So if I press play now, we should see the women being able to, they will be clapping a bit more, they will have their hands when clapping more close to each other. This feature is really just to make sure that this kind of clip work even with the retargeting. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.